out another, and those are the only three immediately down stats, and they're going to full. So Jacob and User and Swing and Keox are up there, and he just Keox and Asperity now have angles to pick this up. Pandish is going to go. Will be coming by. Stink does force the player to move. Shockwave is burned. Keox looking to find it. Finds Users on the only one way they can come back out, unless they sit there and like beat a wall down, and then you know what they're doing. You can isolate them. Well, and this is quite literally what we just talked about. They have committed to trying to go for the pincer, but the second they committed to dropping into the factories, another team took over the high ground position. Well, two teams on either side, and now again, you're just this problem to be problematic. Like, they just take it out right there, trying to find the heavy snipe. That player is gargoyling a little bit. Swing is going up to try and loop up with his teammates, and they're going to force Parrish away. But now the hunt is on. I mean, do you really want to chase him into this jungle of builds? I don't think it's worth it. I mean, the Storm is about to start moving here in 10 seconds. Now, keep in mind, it's only Storm Circle 2. It's not a ton of damage. But, like, is this guy carrying something that worth it? Like, the Shockwaves, sure, but if he's going to burn them all, he's a point. That's fair. I mean, looking at the loot, he's got quite a bit of AR, a half shield. I mean, so his right now.
Boogie, tá fixe a qualidade.
Their time trying to make a bad decision so you can get a 1v1 and force them to burn resources. However, not able to stall out enough. The rest of his team is going to have to wait back in the lobby, and they're able to pick up 4 points. And now they have all the resources. Like, yes, you don't necessarily want to chase him, but they already had a launch pad. He was carrying an extra one. They have contingency plans to get out. And on top of that, even if you just leave with 4 points and you need to rotate through, campfire, 15 bandages, 4 chug splashes. They're good. They're chilling.
Yeah, they're chilling. And looking at the bottom of the right of the minimap, man, there's no one else.
I mean,
there's no
they're
one
good
around.
too. They're on the near side of the zone. Like, we weren't able to see the full minimap going on there, but because they are on the near side.
Mano, sabes o que é que eu vou tentar fazer? Comentar eu mesmo, tipo, o meu próprio gameplay. Achas que fica fixe, tipo, eu a comentar? Tipo, já és aqui, metes assim. Estão a ver? Assim, estás a ver? E comentas o teu próprio gameplay. Não, é melhor em inglês. Obrigado, Streamlabs, por me avisares que estou em stream. É que eu já estou há algum tempo.
Pick off stragglers as they're trying to get themselves to safety. But now across the way, just in front of them, you've got this other team, Aesop, Physics, and Scoped.
And if you look in the bottom right-hand corner right now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trios with that other trio just rotated through coming in. One trio is currently engaged. You have Eclipse, Dubs, and Mega all hanging out in the middle there as well, currently getting Stink. Nade also came through. Dubs has no health, dropped down immediately to 20 HP. Scope trying to get the pressure in. Exoff is able to pick up Dubs before the disengage can come through. There is still another Stink there, but he's just trying to push up, wants to knock down and try and own the wall, but however, they're getting harassed from the side, so you see him covering there, now trying to execute on the pinch, gets the wall replaced, pushes through for another one, trying to find an angle, can't quite get it right now as the disengage does come through, and they need to be careful because Physics and Scope got beamed from the outside with less than 100 effective HP between them. They're going to have to go through those bandages, and you don't want to be sitting on 75 effective HP. That is a single infantry rifle headshot. That is all that is. That will take you down. You will get one tap. You'll be like, what happened? Oh, right. I had 75
infantry
health.
rifle, yep. I mean, look across the way. You've got the 2 players on the left. Like, these guys have made so much noise. Just watch the way these triangles on the minimap move. There is a team, I believe that's TJ, Boyle. They all
in the box!
Inside the box with a crazy shockwave. Mega goes down. Physics trying to follow it up. And there you go. They immediately find Mega. Scoped is down, though.
It's Eclipse against the world right now. Eclipse trying to do everything he can to clean up the trios. No. Yeah, you're right. Hey, peace. Bye. He's good.
Wow, the offensive play to say, you know what? We drop Dubs. We know it's Mega. We know it's Eclipse.
know. If there's a trap, like, you don't know, right? Like,
That's true.
Maybe it's just the difference in me being not wanting to charge headfirst into somebody's box, but these players are also infinitely better than I, as you can see, getting all of the loot, getting out from their, I don't want to say complete shambles, because they're still struggling in terms of shields and ammunitions, but slightly better and not necessarily threatened now on the rotation. If they're just able to inch forward a little bit, they should be able to get clear. There's also a drift board there, but doesn't look like there's any bubble shields, so just going to opt the hook.
Yeah, man, we don't forget it. Top 12, we get the first round of placements. Just over half the lobby has to go down before we get there. And now we're about to hit Storm Circle 4. But look at this. Watch this minimap. Just take a look at how people are spread out right now. It's pretty even keel. It depends on where we go from here. Are we going north? Are we going to the east over to Moisty Palms? I think that would be.
We're going center.
You're going dead center?
We're going to go center map again. I'm calling it right now.
I'll give you that.
Slightly
that's
off.
Slightly off center. That's good, though. I'll give you that.
I said center, but I'll take slightly off center there. Now, the real question is, where do teams post up here? Because in Storm Circle 4, the next one is half and half out. So typically, in Storm Circles 1 through 4, you're looking to get, or 1 through 3, excuse me, you're looking to get as central as possible. 1, to avoid action on the edge, and 2, to have a better opportunity to land zone. However, with Circle 5, you want to be towards either, you have a decision. You either be central for a more consistent rotation, but know you'll need to move at some point, or you go to one of the edges and hope you pull zone and are able to use recycled utility or your own utility to get through. And right now you can see Boga, Clarity, and Stretch opting to hold edge of zone. 0 elims going through, 4 big pots in Stretch's inventory right now, and plenty of builds. So their job right now is to look for shots. They have plenty of shields. They have a regular sniper hanging out right there. They're both able to find some picks through and a decent amount of medium weaponry. You see Bugga looking for some toes, trying to do everything he can to get some tags going on, but right now, overall, playing safe, playing for late.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want to be doing, if there's like an extra like trio that comes out and they can pick them off quickly, that's great, but these guys want to play for late game. They want to try and go for height and then challenge anyone who gets in their way, because this trio will destroy them, absolutely, if given the opportunity.
Yo, that wildcard variant's low-key sick, though. I think that's the first time I've ever seen somebody rock that in-game, but the black with the pink on it, I like that. That's nice.
I mean, yo, there's some dope skins.
There's some dope skins in the game. I mean, particularly just me in particular, for, like, any game, I'm not super huge on cosmetics. Like, I'm more about, like, is the game fun to play? Do I enjoy the gameplay mechanics? Like, all of that. But then every now and then there's ones that catch my eye, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty. As Bugga is catching the eye of this enemy team right here, just able to lay down some shots. Trevi does get knocked, but not quite able to convert over onto it. Jamper is able to pick up, see who there, and I mean, some good shots coming through. This is that suppressed assault rifle coming out. Apologies for that long S. Sometimes I whistle my S's. It's unfortunate.
Long S, yeah. That happens. It's okay. Everyone speaks differently, and that is okay. Look at this. Across the way, though, Dankline is going to go down. Diddy is not in much better situation right now.
Yep.
There you go. Sebi, Damien, and Kez are going to look to close in. So, I mean, if you're Bugga, Stretch, and Clarity, you could potentially look to pick them up because they're so close. Unfortunately, Tuxi's going to go down. Poach and A1's Nuts going to be by himself, unfortunately. And, I mean, they have, like, a pretty decent loadout, all things considered, but they have the attention of the entire lobby right now. Like, they're just trying to make sure they can pick up these eliminations.
Yep, and Poach did the intelligent decision, said, nope, I'm out of there, recognizing he was on the edge of zone and had 3 different teams look at him. Sometimes when you're in that position, I push in the box, he's able to find 1, 2, 3, gets Ziff going down there. A great job by Poach. Really, really experienced and clutch right there. Knew he was able to get away from his teammate, finds a player, and Ziff had pre-edited that wall, and because it's down in the ground, he did not have the composure to able to pick that up. No teammates around to help him either. He got abandoned, and Poach made the clutch play to pick that up. So from being pinned by 4 different teams to taking advantage of that situation and keeping himself in the match, and now also enabling him to potentially go make more plays, trying to find the launch pad over there, making the heads-up play to get the long rotation. So burns 1 shockwave, but he's guaranteed. And look at the people in the sky, Z. That's that far side of zone rotation we were just talking about. Poach, however, able to find a little bit of real estate and post up 19
We're going to check in with quite a bit of, right now, 4 eliminations, which is pretty good. Loadout's looking, it's, I don't know, borderline shambles. You know, it's fine. It'll get the job done.
I like this loadout. As long as, like, if you have an AR in this distance, you're guaranteed to be getting at least a 30-plus tag. Snipe is good for peeking. And I actually really value having white heals and just raw HP heals in the end game. So the fact that he is able to have any amount of chip or storm damage, or if it goes to a heal off, Macwood's going to be in a slightly better position. And this is one of the top 3 trios in this heat. It is Booga, Clarity, and Stretch, Calculator, Macwood, and Zexro, and then Mega, Dubs, and Eclipse. We already saw one of those trios be brought down to their very knees, but these other 2 seem to be thriving right now. 5 elims hanging out on Calc, Macwood, and Zexro. And, you know, Calc actually said he was disappointed I didn't have him as their straight line prediction. Well, here's your opportunity to change that right now. Show us something. Show us something, young Calc.
Look, I think anyone could win, right? These picks are just...
Yeah, it's a battle royale, Zeke. Anybody can win.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Even you sometimes.
Not even close. Anyway, I think anyone can win, right? These predictions we made are just our predictions, what we think. But right now, we're going to see this trio be sent outward. They had the shockwaves. They try to go for the play. They're a little bit separated, but just kind of like where they're fighting right now on this hill, it's going to make things a little bit difficult, right? They have to try and reconnect if possible, and Zexro is just... He's only on the 30 builds, and those builds are dwindling very, very quickly.
So he's doing the lead tunneling right now. What's going to happen is as soon as he's out, he's going to double back, and him and Macwood are going to split. So him and Mac, because I'm assuming Macwood has been doing less of their building in terms of going through, it will transfer over now that Zex was the one in tunnel because he was in the lead. So they should look as soon as they have a second to reprioritize some mats over to him. So he has to see some of it being transferred over there. But Zex right now is going to swap over for looking for picks with this heavy sniper and being the one. And as you can say, boom, Macwood now the one in the lead. Zex's job is to just cover whatever sides he can and look for picks. They want to convert and find some builds, and there he goes, able to pick up 30. And the picked up on the other side and needs to make sure that trap doesn't refire. You have another half second. Good knowledge from Calc there, as we also have our top 12. So everyone getting 3 points from the placement and a good showing right now from the young trio.
This side of the mountain can be proving very difficult for these players trying to navigate. Aguilar, Uzi there on the right side of the screen. But look at this. Macwood, Zexro, and Calculator have kind of drawn the attention of the lobby as they're trying to just make their way through the tarps. We see players with their backs to the storm, just trying to get themselves to safety, doing the best they can to keep their builds up. And right now,
other placement threshold going through. Clarity is cleaned up, so that trio is gone. The #1 seeds and out. And now Calc, Zexro, and Macwood have a great angle on the rest of the lobby. There is only one team slightly above him, and now they're going to turn the attention to him, dropping him down, and he gets him. Keox gets picked up right away. That's what happens if you're not double tarping, and they're aware. They saw you coming through. Great teamwork coming through. Another 15 builds picked up, so now Calc trying to go vertical, wants to check out what's above him, holding the edge of the zone as more players continue to drop. Top 5 coming through. Next placement threshold will be picked up as there's 10 players left in the lobby, 5 trios left, and you can see Mercy and H-Tag up on the high ground. Aguilar and Uzi with all of that retail loot hanging on the side. Zexro goes for the launch at the top, but he gets tagged over onto the far edge of the zone. Macwood goes down. Calc goes down. It is all on the back of Zexro, and you can see trying to not crouch, wants to avoid doing that. Is he able to fight it? He gets Aguilar, but he gets sent down. Will he be able to get back
something?
Pop a bandage! Pop a bandage! Zexro, pop a bandage! Son, please!
Wait, don't forget he has the double eliminations for the site, but it's going to come through. Aguilar goes down.
Third.
Uzi goes down. 1 HP. Sun down what? 1 HP, Zexro, you god!
Yes.
I'm getting up and walk away. This is all you. I'm out of here, dude. Later.
That was very, very good. That was actually absurd. Right at the end, had the down going through, had the exact timing with a slight ramp push to get himself back into the zone, and then able to get the confirm onto the already down teammate to get 100 HP back from Siphon. Then gets brought back down to 1 HP, and what does he do? Shot after shot after shot. We said, Zexro, it's all on you. Calc, you know what? I'm disappointed I didn't pick you guys after that. That was possibly one of the most absurd runs we have ever seen out of an NA East game. The only thing that rivals that is the end games we have seen from Mongrel. And I mean, just look at the run and the spread of this, and it was all brought down to the end by Zex. And we're going to toss it on in the studio to Shao Wager, who's able to rock this one out and show what went down.
Yes, sir. Calc, Macwood, and Zexro coming in hot. They might have not been the talk of the town in a lot of predictions or on people's minds, but now I'm pretty sure everyone knows what they've been missing out on. And the VOD reviews are about to start. Everyone's going to be looking for the next hottest trio. A lot of things did happen in that game. We're going to break it down as well as Zex's clutch. So let's get right into it and get right onto that replay. So the first thing I want to mention is how much attention you can attract as the big man in your trio making all the moves. It puts up such a big pocket of room for your trio to actually move in. Right now we see Davon going around, revolver, SMG in hand, his teammates weak, down. Because he's attracting so much attention and doing so much, landing shots, moving around, everyone's focused on him. He can move around freely and get his teammates to be back up on the same page. Same thing over here. We see I Am Pandish. He's going to be going around doing editing down. Keox, a good example here as well. He edits down, has nice vertical pressure putting down on the trio in front of him, and now his teammates can walk around and get pressure off on the walls. Very, very smart room to make for your trio. Now we see the other side of a box fight, the defense. You don't usually get this angle, especially in these types of circumstances where you're on ultimate low with walls you can't build around. I believe Retail and Salty are two of the only spots, but getting to choose your edits and your fights is huge. Owning those roofs, owning those floors, very, very smart. Now, the man of the hour, Zexro. Winner Royale, Zexro is back. Big fadeaway pump coming in first. Then one pumps left, up, down, right, center. It's cheat codes being entered and pumps being hit. Amazing quality shots, amazing quality game, a dope clutch we don't usually see. Zexro's back. Their actual dynamic in their trio is very sick as well. I kind of mentioned the person drawing all the heat off as well. These guys can do that simultaneously all the time. If someone has that RPG shockwave ready to hit and send up, Zex can be the guy to distract. Calc goes up, brings the heat. The rest of the trio can come back up onto height and then play with each other. It's really amazing to see, and I'm so happy these guys won that first game and can easily now translate that over again. We're going to head over to a quick break, though. You guys are probably exhausted from seeing that action. We'll be right back with more NA East madness. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you soon.
What's up, everyone? Sundown here, and we just wrapped up our first week of FNCS. We scoured through hours of gameplay to find the sickest and most clutch clips from each region. So welcome to your first installment of Plays of the Week. Let's dive on in.